Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. I hope you're feeling good and ready and cool in this awful heat wave in Chicago. I know I'm always talking about the weather and that's like the kiss of death for broadcasting, but it is what it is, everyone. It is what it is. I am trying to get in on your comments here. 1 second. And we'll have it up in just a second. There we go, there we go. All right, so I've asked you what we are because as stated, there's so many people who will say, hey team, hey fam. Fam feels a little weird, feels a little young for me. Hey, sweat, was that it, Colleen? Hey guy, hey, I always go with hey everyone or hey movers. I don't know that we need it, but it's, I think, a good, fun exploration since we are creating quite the bond. Are we not? I mean, I went home the other day on Monday and I was like, hey, guess how many people were in our live stream? I have a feeling that this is going to absolutely be taking off in the next year, if my calculations are correct. So if you are an OG original on this channel, then we need something, right? So we'll keep thinking about it. Today, we're working through a little more of a therapeutic pace, nothing too super intense. We're gonna move, we're gonna work our muscles. I am going to integrate maybe 1 or 2 weighted exercises. So if you have kind of a medium or heavy, if you're feeling it, exercise weight to add in, a dumbbell, or if you've got a circle, I've got my circle over here. I'm gonna move it out the way. That is going to be great. As always, pace yourself. You need a ball. If you don't have a ball, but you do have a rebounder, lots of what we do in terms of the bouncing or the sitting on can be accomplished. You can also choose a sturdy chair that will help you just feel that there's a base of support. We're gonna do a little bouncing on the ball. The bouncing is everything in class, is always up to you. So you choose what feels good, and it's the type of thing where we're trying to just get some energy moving through the cells, okay? So to begin, we'll take our ball in our hands. If you don't have a ball, grab a pillow. Grab something that you can hold that's lighter but has some definition. And we're just gonna hold it at our waist level, hip level. We're gonna have our legs nice and wide, and we're just gonna arrive for a moment. So unlock those knees. Try to find length through your spine, reaching up through the crown of your head. And then we're just gonna take a deep breath in, reach the ball up to chest height, and then lower it all the way down as you exhale. So we'll do kind of a 1 to 3. So breathe in and exhale 3, 2, 1. Try to keep breathing out. Let's do it a couple more. Inhale. Make sure you parse out that breath. Breathe in a lot. Let's inhale to breathe into the chest. Exhale to bring it overhead. Inhale back to the chest. Exhale all the way down. Good. And again, I always mess up the frame. I'm going out of frame, but I'm still here. Good. Lower down. Back up a little more. Breathe in. Exhale. Couple more. Reach, lengthen, pressing through the outer edges of your feet all the way down. I hope you can hear me. 1 more. Breathe in. I always panic. All right, we're good. All the way down. Let's do 1 more to get my head back in the game. Breathe in. Lift up. Breathe in. And lower down. Good. We're gonna take the ball onto our right hip, still in a wide stance. Let's press our hand to the ball and shift our hips over to the left, and then press our hips into the ball and shift our hips over to the right. So it's just a little lateral side-to-side shift, but we're using the ball as a little feedback. Reaching, good. I can see your comments. I'm just waiting for this iPad situation. Sometimes it's charged, sometimes it's not. And it's not today, but we'll be all right. So shift side to side, press all the way in, and shift, and press the ball. What we're trying to do is just move our sockets, our hip sockets, around the head of our femurs or our thigh bones. So just getting a little side to side juiciness. Good. one more time. And good. All right, let's come back to center and then flip around to the other side. Just pressing into the ball, pressing the ball into the hips, reaching out. Good. We'll be doing some side work today, so we want to make sure that we've got a little bit of mobility and lubrication in these joints. Yes. We'll just go for 4 more. As you're doing these small movements, you're just thinking about standing tall, breathing your breath. Last 2. Being curious about your movement, yeah? Good. All right, coming back to center, let's bring the ball around to the front. We're going to press down. Now, for some of you who are watching in terms of not rounding your back based on disc issues or any bone density issues, you can certainly just go flat back here, pressing down and lifting up. Otherwise, we're gonna curl the tail under, unlock the knees, and you're gonna think of like an abdominal crunch as you press down into the ball, thinking about your front ribs really sliding towards your hips and creating a nice, it's almost like a U shape with my whole body, with the exception of the meat that messes up the shape, but is beautiful in its entirety, right? So we're gonna inhale, just filling up the back, and exhale, press, 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 press. So your arms stay long, and it's like you're exhaling to contract the front of your abdomen. Breathing in and press. Think of activating all of those core muscles in a very kind of easy, simple way. We'll do 2 more. Breathe in and press. By the way, I did see that Colleen and Tracy were here. I'll double check after to see if any of our other crew is here. I'm making an assumption that if Colleen is here, that means Dick's here too, so good morning, but maybe not. Breathing in and exhale. Good. All right, lift up on this one, bend your knees and take your hands on the top of the ball. And again, you can just mimic these shapes without moving with your hands on the chair. So we're gonna tilt the hips up, tailbone lifts to the sky, get a little stretch in the backs of your legs, and then reach through the ball so you're stretching forward. It's almost like a little back bend. It might be more like a flat back. Then we're curling the tail under, stretching the back as we roll, just kind of halfway up, maybe the fingertips come to the top of the ball. Here we go, rounding forward. Lifting the tail, lengthening the front body, engaging the back body, and then curling the tail, engaging or activating the front torso, and lengthening the back. Like a little wave. Yes. And I agree, Tracy. These classes with the ball, you know, I don't always remember what I plan. So I plan certainly before class, but the week of, I don't always remember. So when I looked on Thursday, I was like, oh yeah, stability ball, yes, please. Good. Reach up. Good. Let's do 1 more to round. And 1 more to lengthen. And then from here, just bring the ball right under your shoulders. You're in a flat back position. We're gonna release the front arm and just take a little circle. I like to bend my back knee, straighten my front leg as I'm circling that arm around, and reach. Other side. So you are circling that arm joint, and we're giving ourselves an opportunity to kind of twist the spine, twist the hips. Make it feel good, yeah? Reaching forward. Other side. Roar. I'm so excited I have a voice today. Let's keep going to the first side. Yesterday I sat in a very tiny little phone booth, soundproof booth, other side, and recorded my entire audiobook for my teacher's book. All right, we're gonna go the opposite direction with the front hand. So instead of reaching forward, reach back and kind of swim forward. Good. Let's pick up the pace just a tiny bit. You always get to choose your tempo. So anyways, I was talking from 9 to 3:30 with minimal breaks. And this silly person decided to talk a lot about Sisyphus. So the problem with recording an audiobook and saying a lot about Sisyphus is you're gonna mess it up a lot. So it was a very challenging day, but we made it through. One more time each side. Good. And last time. Excellent. Let's bend our knees, curl our spine, roll all the way up to the top. Go ahead and take the ball in your hands. I want to show you this one from the side. So if you are working with somebody else in the room, talking to you, Colleen and Dick, you can use one ball. Stand back to back, whoopsie, with about maybe 2 feet in between you, maybe 3. And basically what you're gonna do is pass the ball overhead. Your other partner takes it. If you're not working with a partner like me, we just have it. And then we come back forward and we hinge from the hips and we touch it to the ground, so flat back. And then you're just gonna exchange the ball between the two of you, or you're just doing the repetition over and over again. If you don't have the ball and you're working with partners, you're just going through the same motions. It's just that one person has it and the other person doesn't. So we're pressing our hips forward, big, big back bend, and then folding in our hips, hinge at the hips. Reaching all the way up, doing as far as you can. And look, if your range doesn't allow you to touch the ground with the ball, that's okay. Let this be something that helps you choose to make it feel good, all right? So just exchanging back and forth, either between the positions or between partners. Reach it overhead. Good. I like to do this if I'm teaching a workshop in like a big long line where it's just passing from person to person. And then we increase the challenge by moving farther apart. It's fun. All right, one more time. Reach. And all the way over. Bend your knees, roll up through the spine. Turn to face me, grab your ball. We're gonna side lunge to touch the ball down. Lift it all the way up overhead. We're working our upper arms and back. And then side lunge. This is a flat back hinge. Your knee is bent. Push into both feet evenly. Come all the way up overhead. Let's do it again. Side lunge. Stretch out the inner thigh. Push down to lift up. Woo! Don't lose your balance. Come all the way over to the other side. Press. And reach. Press. Get it all the way up over your head. Yeah. If you want a little checkpoint, you can bend your elbows. Touch the crown of your head with the ball, yeah? Press. Lift. Press. Lift. Let's go 4 more at this tempo. Reaching down. Hinge. Press through your heels to stand. Nice strong legs. Good. Lift all the way up. Last 2. Stretch. Last one. Stretch. Good. Heel toe your feet together. Ooh. Land with your heels together. And then last little side bend. We're going to take the ball up and over as we make a half moon shape with the rest of our body. Stretch all the way through the center. Lower and lift. Reach up and over. Big stretch. Good. Come all the way through. Lower and lift. Now, after this, we are going to bounce the ball a little bit. If you have a small ball nearby, you can use that. You can also just mimic the bounce, okay? Don't worry too much about it. Reach. Good. Lower and lift. One more time each side. Big stretch up and over. Good. Up. Down and reach. Last one. Good. Sound effects are welcome. And lower. Okay. Really good. We're going to step back to the mat, doing a quick check-in. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Excellent. So we're coming here and we are going to start bouncing the ball. So just soft knees. My neighbors are gonna love me for this, but it's okay. We won't be here forever. Here's our cadence. Down, down, down. We're always using 2 hands unless you're a fancy basketball player. It's all good. Good. So let's go for a couple more like this. Really, the more pressure you push down, the higher it will bounce, the easier it is to catch. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna bounce 3 times. Watch. We go 1, we shift to the right leg, 3, and touch. We go 1, 2, 3, and touch. 1, 2, 3, touch. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're feeling confident, you can absolutely do something like that. Lift your foot up. 1, 2, 3, touch. 1, 2, 3. It is easier if you watch it. Couple more. I feel like I'm shaking the camera, but we'll be all right. Last 2. 1, 2, 3, touch. 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna do 2. So we're gonna center and step. Center and step, or touch. You can touch, you can lift. Good. Hard to talk and do all this at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Now watch, side to side. Step, 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 step. Good. Maybe one hand, maybe not. Good. A little more guidance with the 2. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. All right, we did that. Go ahead and place your ball down. Sorry. It's actually only a bunch of beer underneath me anyways. I'm in between a bunch of breweries in Chicago. Is that what you meant, Colleen? Where am I? Did I disappear? Let me know. I'll check the comments again in a second. We've already almost got enough battery power to bring it back. All right, here we go, friends. It's a little smooth 80s driving groove to get into our bounce. Right, Flashy? Yeah, I know, I woke you up. Sorry, dude. This dog, he's in dog jail for bunnicide, rabbicide. I don't know why these bunnies keep laying nests in our yard, but they do, and there's a lot of them, and I can't always get them before yeah, did you hurt the rabbit? You did. I see you. Come here. Come on. Come say hi. Yeah! Yeah, because you're guilty. Are you guilty? Keep bouncing up and down, everybody. You're a guilty boy. Yeah. Did you get that, bunny? You sure did. Look at that tail. He knows exactly what he did. All right, bring your arms up overhead. Press them all the way down. Our goal is just to try to keep this rhythm as we go through. Boom, 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 boom. So you want to press into the soles of your feet. You can also just kind of groove in your chair if you're working a chair. No big deal. I never know if I know that my crew, are we a crew? I don't know. I know my crew will make adjustments, but I don't know if people are like, I'm gonna take this ball class even though I don't have a ball. Up quicker, up, down, up, down, 2 more, up. Last one, up and hold. W pulls, down and up. We're still bouncing. Good. Pull, reach, pull, reach, go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the right arm up. We go up, switch, up, up, up. Good. It's hard to coordinate that bouncing, right? There it is. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Palms face front. Bicep curl. Good. Try to get that rhythm of the legs going. All this little bouncing and moving is definitely going to lift your heart rate, but also we're working really on the support systems around the knees. We're giving a little push to those feet. We're working our posture. Good. Little coordination here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release all the way down. Just let it go. Let it shake out. little side to side. I don't know, to me always feels good. All right, let's calm the bounce down completely. Let it go. We're gonna rise up onto the ball of our right foot, lifting the heel, and then just take a little turn. So let's take our right hand to the ball, left hand to the knee, and just a little twist around the corner. Nothing too huge, just seeing where you are, practicing balance. Lower the heel down and go to the other side. Rotate, coming back to center. Turning around, all the way back to center. Good. And twist, back to center, and twist, and back to center. We'll go one more time. Good, and back to center. You can stay with that version if it's comfortable, or bring your hands up to your chest level. Lift the right heel as you turn, and center. Press down into the opposite foot and the ball of the foot that you're lifting. Good. And again, rotate. Really pay attention to how you're managing your weight into the ball. Push down with your hips. Yeah. Rotate. Good. And rotate. All right, that's this version. You can stay with this one if it's comfortable, or we're gonna lift the knee up and lower down. I know. Push down into the opposite leg, sit tall. It's gonna challenge your balance a little bit for sure. Lift it up and lower it down. Don't worry about it if you falter a little. We're all gonna falter a little bit. Yeah. If you're doing okay, open the arms as you go to the side, give a wave to the L train, come back. Reach and twist. All the way back. Some days I wonder if I'll be in this space forever. I've been here almost 10 years, but I don't know if I could teach without a train now. It used to be the biggest annoyance in my life. I used to stop, but then I added music. It's not as loud with the music, and also I like the music. Good, twist. And back. We've got one more on each side, and then we're gonna finish with a little variation. Woo! All the way center. Twist. Come back to center, lower those arms down. You're gonna lift your heel, little march, like so. So, again, if this feels great, stay right here. Don't change a thing, okay? If you want, you can lift that leg up, leg up, leg up. Really swing the back arm back so you feel that opposition. Good. And lots of hips, lots of spine, lots of balance. Good. Reach, reach. Yes. Give me 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands to the ball. Widen your legs all the way out to the side. We're gonna shift over to the left, straighten the right leg as wide as you can. Try to keep your heel down. Little open inner thigh stretch on both sides. Shift through the center. Reach. Sometimes it helps me if I push down into the ball, into my opposite leg. Good. Other side. Reach it over. Stretch that leg out as much as you can. It's kind of like doing a deep squat, but without the work. Yes. Good. All right, go back over to the left. We're going to go ahead and take the right arm to the left knee and either just stretch straight up or add a little twist, reaching to the sky. Good. And then come back to center. Switch sides. Oh, a little tighter over here. Good. Come back to center. Switch sides. Holding onto the ball whenever you need to. Good. Back to the center. Switch. And breathe. Good. One more each side because I'm getting someplace. I hope you are too. Maybe you bend a little bit more. Maybe you reach a little bit higher. Good. One more time. Oh, this is the tight one for me. All right, come on up. Bring your feet back together, hands on the ball. Little jumping jacks. Good. Open, close. I like to add a bounce, it's easier for me. If you just want to do open, close, you can. Another option is open, open, close, close, yeah? With a little dance. I know it. Good. Or just open, close, open, and close. Open, and close. You can keep your hands on the ball, or we're gonna reach overhead. Here we go. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Give me 4 more. Up. 3, 2. Should we go faster? Let's finish it up. 16 counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 8 more counts we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bounce it out, shake it out. Good work, everybody. Little hip side to side. Let your lower back kind of release and relax. Good. All right, calm that bounce down in center. I'm gonna move my ball back just a little bit. We're gonna take our right heel forward, calming the bounce down. The left leg is bent still. Left hand goes up. We're gonna hinge forward, reaching for that right leg. Big stretch. Push down to lift up, all the way to the top, filling up your lungs. Hinge to reach forward. Stretch over. Good. Little hamstring stretch, little hip hinge. Big stretch forward. Good. Lift it up. We're going down to the mat after this one, so get excited. Reach it all the way down. One more time. Big breath. And exhale all the way down. Roll up through the spine. Switch sides. Whoop. Find that strong position. Here we go. Our right hand reaches over. Oh, good. Lift it up. Tight today, everybody. Reach it forward. Good. Lift it up. I'm doing the best I can to keep both sits bones equally weighted. It's a little bit of a battle, but the most important thing is just not to totally forget about the connection between one sit bone and the other. Do the best you can to keep them both active and pressing down. Good. One more time. Reach it all the way. Good. And big stretch up. Good. Release. All right. I'm going to turn my facing over. And so this does kind of work better on a mat, either with legs totally straight or slightly bent. We're going to take our arms forward and we're just rounding over the legs for a big long stretch. Once you get there, just breathe. Reaching, you can have your hands on your thighs, on your shins, on your toes, wherever they want to go. And then as we roll up through the spine, think of rolling up against a nice, strong wall behind you. Sitting up nice and tall, arms come to shoulder height again, reaching all the way up and over, big stretch. Stretch it out, breathe. Good, and roll it all the way up. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Go ahead and round over, stay there. I'm gonna bring my little screen over. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then take your roll up through the spine. Oh, good. And then one more time. Pretty normal for flashlight to kill rabbits. I know, his kill count is up to 2. It's just unfortunate. You know, I don't want to discriminate against rodents, which I think rabbits are technically, but there are some rodents that would not be as heartbreakingly hard to find. These bunnies are so darn cute. I want to keep them all. All right, here we go. We're going to start rolling down. So let's take, you can do this a couple different ways. You can have your hands on the ball. We're basically walking out to put our backs on the ball. You can also do it, whoa, without hands. So, and I'm glad you found us against the calling. Sometimes it happens, it's weird. So we can go down this way. So I'll ask you to choose which way is going to be kind of the most comfortable for you. But ultimately, we're ending up with our head on the ball. I want you to wiggle your feet out into a wide position, and then hands can either be across the shoulders or on the head if you like. And then we're just going to fold our lower body around the ball. So you want to kind of stick your tail out a lot, deepen the fold in your hips, and your hips may or may not touch. The idea is to create a back bend that's supported by the ball. Then we're going to press the hips and lift up. It's kind of like a bridge, but instead of articulating up, we're just kind of wrapping our body down, reaching the sacrum into the ball, and then pressing up. Right now, we're not worrying about curling the tail too much. Just kind of wrap down on the reach to the ground, and then push through your heels to lift up. And again, reach, reach, reach. And press, press, press. And again, reach. And press. Let's go, a couple more. Lower down. And press it up. Last one. Reach down. Good. Press it all the way up. Hips are flat to the ceiling, meaning you're pressing your joint open as much as you can. So lots of activity from the back of the leg. You're going to let go or drop your right hip down and then press it back up. Drop your left hip down and press it back up. Lower it down, press it back up. Lower down, press it back up. So just maybe 2 or 3 inches and lift. And lower and lift. 2 more times. Lower and lift. Last one. Lower and lift. All right, so from here, curl your chin forward and come to a place where you can press. And again, it does help if you've got a little sticky mat underneath. So we're not so concerned about crunching here. I want you to think actually of stretching or opening up your back. So we're gonna reach forward with our hands, but slowly press your back body against the ball like you're trying to empty it of air, and just feel what naturally happens to the front body. Instead of feeling like really harsh in the neck or abdominals or chest, we're just more reaching back to lift up. Breathing in. Breathing out, pressing our back into the ball to lift up. Release. And pressing forward. And this is just, we're not working on the abdominal work that we've done thus far as a means of anything aesthetic per se. This is more along the lines of just feeling your flexors. So when you back bend, your extenders in the back body extend. When you bend forward, your flexors flex. So if we can get those extenders to open up and let our flexors flex, and then vice versa, we have a nice healthy range of motion in the spine. Good. So on the next one, let's press out over your front leg, whatever that is for you. Just reach forward and then reach it back. Breathe in. Reach for something wonderful. 4 in the center. Reach forward. And you're reaching forward because you're pressing back. Yeah, so I think of this, I'm thinking of it in my mind, reframing it to be a back stretch, and it feels so much better that way, right? Good. 4 over the opposite leg. Reach, the one you haven't reached over. Last one. 4 more to center. Press the back and release. Press the back. Yes. Sometimes this is just like a stretch that I don't get anywhere else. One more time. Press and release. Now, just sit. Nice and easy. Yeah. If you've made it there, and your ball is still stuck to your back, which I know is half the battle, you can just kind of take a little back bend over the top. Your head may or may not touch. You can support it with your hand. Just feel what it's like to be open on the front body. If this feels really good and your head is touching, you can play around with a little chest stretch. Groaning is welcome. Good. When you're ready, support your head. Lift yourself up. Okay, we're gonna do a little midline work, which is the fancy secret way of saying we're going to work on our inner thighs, but we're gonna do it in a fun way, and you know what way it is. It's the drop and catch. So let's go ahead and come down onto our backs. Oh, that feels much nicer. Take a second to let your back just melt. We don't want to miss those moments, right? Okay, so the name of the game is throwing the ball up and catching it in between our feet or our ankles or our knee. And I will say, depending on the size of your ball, you're going to have more success if you catch it at the point of your leg that can go the widest, which is your feet, right? So there's less space closer to your inner thigh. There's more space up here. It just helps more if you get it there. If you're doing it with knees bent, still try to catch it towards your calves or your shins. You probably have more success. So we know the rule. We're gonna go for 20. If I screw up, we have to do it again. So we're gonna go for 20 in a row. If the ball goes flying someplace that's completely out of my control, I reserve the right to change the rules in the middle of the exercise, all right? I'm gonna use this jazzy beat as my rhythm. We're gonna bring those legs up. I want you to feel heavy in your rib cage, heavy in your sacrum. And this one's for nothing, just to see it. Do another freebie. All right, I think we're gonna be great on it. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Toss it higher than you think. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, baby. Ooh, let's go ahead and let our knees go over to one side, take the ball to the other. My inner thighs have been rocked this week, I think from paddleboarding. Let's go to the other side. So I'll either chalk that up to them being activated or just being really amazing at that exercise. Probably the first one. All right, come on up. We're gonna take those feet on top of our balls and bring your legs together. Bring the whole foot against the ball to start. We're gonna reach our arms up to the sky, make fists, and let those fists be a little wider. And then we're pressing the ball out, flexing the feet, and then rolling it all the way back in. So as you go out and in, ideally nothing changes here. It's not unlike some of the core movements we do on the rebounder, where our goal is to keep the back body connected to the floor, the mat, as we move the legs. Good. Pull it in. Reach it out. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1 to stay. Now, choose your favorite leg. My right's not my favorite, but I'm gonna choose it. So we're gonna bring that knee into the chest. And then guess what we're gonna do? Reach it out as you pull the ball in. Reach it out as you pull the knee in. Stretch, pull it all the way in. Again, same core work. If you really wanna upgrade this, you could absolutely lift your head, neck, and shoulders, but I don't know, I do find a lot of benefit just to working on staying still on the mat with my head down, working the hips. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, stay in on 1, hold here. Take your hands to your shoulders. We're gonna curl forward and rotate the opposite elbow to the knee and just hold and breathe here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Curl a little higher. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, find your fists again. Replace your leg onto the ball. Bring your other one up. Ground into your weight. Ready, set, here we go. Reach it out, whoops. Just pull in nice and strong. Reach. So every time I'm thinking about reaching the ball a little farther away, pulling my knee in a little closer, reaching my leg a little farther away, pulling the ball in a little closer. Good. Pull it in. Reach it out. Loosen it a little bit.
Where you been and where you hiding?
Good. Reach. Pull.
Don't you try it.
Going 4,
You really shouldn't play
3,
with fire. Put it out
2,
water.
pull in, cross those arms over your shoulder, curl up, rotate your opposite elbow to your knee, and just breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, arms come to a T, leg comes back onto the ball. Walk your feet in. You're gonna nestle that ball right between your hamstrings and your heels. So I'm trying to pull it in as close as I can and actively pushing my heels into the ball. From here, keeping your shoulders stable, just let the lower body rotate with the ball over to one side. And then bring it all the way back in. Make any adjustments you need to. Your goal is to go as far as possible with the lower body without coming off of that opposite shoulder. Just a little activated twist. Again, we roll over. And sinking it down. Good. Other side. Good. Pull it down. Excellent. One more time each side. Roll. Maybe take your eyes in the opposite direction. Pulling it down. Good. Last one. Good. And all the way down. All right, this is our last little abdominal curl exercise. The idea is to activate the front body and the back line of the leg. So you're gonna squeeze nice and strong with that heel down into the ball. Even if your ball is super big, just push your heel against the ball and see if you can get your hamstrings fired up. And then, sorry, I got an itchy nose. Take your hands behind your head. And then we're gonna take a deep breath in. Send your weight into the mat, squeeze into the ball, and just curl up. Hold. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and just release down. Deep breath in, press into the ball, curl. Looking right at the ball, stay here. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. And press and curl. Holding. And release. 2 more like this, curl. Think of pulling the sides together, the ribs to the hips, and release. Last time. Empty your lungs, exhale, press into the ball. And relax all the way down. Let those legs release. Excellent. All right, we're nice and active on the front side of the body. Bring your feet onto the ball, walk it away just a little bit. We're gonna place our elbows in a bent position so the backs of our triceps can press down into the ball. And we're gonna take a bridge here. So push into your feet, curl your tail up, push into your arms, come up to the top. And then slowly roll down. 4, 3, 2, 1. We go again, curling under, pressing down, pressing up as high as you can get today, and rolling down. I'm gonna take my arms down now that I've got the upper arm engaged. A little more help through the hands. Curl it under. Press it to the top, press through those heels. Rolling down, quiver down, all the way out. Last time, curl it under. Pressing to the top and rolling down through the spine. Excellent. All right, see if you can grab that ball with your legs and then get it with your hands. And then stretch your legs all the way out. We're just gonna reach the arms overhead to take a long stretch of the front body. When you're ready, reach the arms forward. We're coming up to a seated position. You can reach through the spine to come all the way up, or you can get up however you need to. Walking back on the mat. So, see if you can reach your ball onto the tips of your toes, flexing your feet back. And then you just want to use your spine stretch to kind of push on the back of the toes there. It might feel like a little bit of a stretch to your calves or your underneath side of your toes. You can maneuver until you get into the right place. Just enjoy that stretch. And then we're gonna push forward, roll through your feet, and then press down into the tops of the feet with the ball, stretching the top of the ankle. Good. And then roll through the feet again to come up, flip the toes under, and press down into those toes. Sometimes this one feels like a little bit more stretch for the calves and the hamstrings. And then one last time, pressing to the tops of the ankles. Good. All right, roll up through the spine. Take the ball here. And then taking your hands on it, your knees nice and wide, you can sit back into a nice child's pose to rest pose. It's a great shoulder stretch here. Good. And I just like to kind of roll the ball side to side so I can find a little stretch in the side of my body. So go for it. Just letting one arm lower a little bit more than the other. Good. And then come back to center after you finish your last one. Tuck your tail under and come all the way up. Good. So bring the ball a little forward towards you. You can put your forearm on it here. You can also have your arm out nice and long. With the other arm, you're just going to do a little thread the needle here. Sometimes having the arm lifted does a little more for our stretch. You can even have it bent here, whatever you need right now. And if the twist isn't working for you, go back to the little child's pose. Good. We're gonna shift our weight back towards our legs, work your way back up, and then reach out with the other side. And you just kind of look for the place where the stretch wants to happen. So moving around, maneuvering. Good. And slowly climb yourself back up. And then lastly, just taking a little lay over the top of the ball. So just kind of letting yourself mold to it. I've done a lot of back extension today, but this is a nice place to kind of lift your chest, press your hips into the ball, and then round over. Breathing in, lifting up, and rounding over. Last one. And rounding over, take your hands on the floor, tuck your toes under, and come into a nice easy plank here. And then if you're ready, just pike your way up off the ball, walk your feet in or your hands in, walk your hands up onto the ball, and then let's slowly roll right up to the end of our playlist. Good work, everybody. I hope you feel mobile and juicy and lovely and all of it. I want to put your comments back on for a second. This is the kind of session that I'd like you to really consider upping the hydration for yourselves, okay? Yes. Love doing the abs. Like, okay, good. I'm glad that can we do Pilates on the ball? Yes, we can. We can absolutely do it. The thing about what I'm looking for in terms of all of the aspects, whoops, there we are, of the work that we're doing is, I'm always looking for what you all are interested in, what's going to serve you well. So rather than teaching just a random format, it's more along the lines of how do we fit your needs? Yeah, because that's why we're doing it live. I've got a whole library of very kind of codified movement classes that some of you are involved with, right? And so those classes are more of like an example of a theme or a activation. The live classes are really meeting your needs. So what I'm interested in with the Pilates is, what is it? Is it the support of the ball that you want? Is it the challenge of the ball? Is it a combination of the two? I find that having that little extra feedback for the abdominal work is really, really helpful. So if that's what you're responding to, let me know. As always, I don't know if it showed up or not, but make sure you account for why the moves mattered to you today. And thank you for being here. Yeah, we're closing out August with a bang. I will see you next week. The schedule is being adjusted this week. And you are all just really amazing. So, yes. We feel all those wonderful things. Okay, I really, really, really appreciate it. That's why I'm here, y'all. That's why I'm here. So big love to all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll see you pretty darn soon on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Could be